Greetings! Hello! I am the Darklord guy, and welcome to another discussion video. Today is a very special discussion day video, because today's video is being filmed and released on Earth Day! Happy Earth Day, everyone, and welcome to today's Earth Day discussion video! As you can see, behind me, we have all these Earth monsters, and today's discussion video is going to be the top 10 Earth monsters, in the opinions of the Darklord guy. And so this is, in my opinion, the top 10 best Earth monsters in the game, in honor of Earth Day, which is today. So, I have the top 10 best Earth monsters right here in this pile, and our helping hands over here is going to help us open them as if like it's a card pack opening video, but we're just going to go from the top, which is number 10, which is this one, and we're going to talk about the top 10 Earth monsters that, in my opinion, are the best. And it's going to be all monsters that currently aren't banned, to my knowledge, and it's going to be a very, very fun video. And again, it's in my opinion, what's the best, not so much like what everyone would consider the best. Although, I guess, what is the best? When everyone says the best 10 whatever in the game, is best highest attack? Is best most powerful effect? Is the best unstoppable summoning condition? Anyway, I think it's kind of a little bit of a mixture of all of these things.
Best is the most unstoppable card, which is why I keep on doing this, because obviously if this was any card that just weren't the, unbanned ones, but the banned ones, then this would be the best Earth card by about 1.5 miles, and everybody would use it.
He is, of course, holding up the letter C, because, in his opinion, the number one best Earth card in the game would be Max C. And if I had a copy of Max C, it would be one of these other 20 cards that were the 20 ones that didn't make the list for today. But I don't seem to have a copy, perhaps maybe because it's banned. Alright, anyway, enough talk. Time to start with the first card. Starting with number 10, we have Rosaria, the Stately Fallen Angel. Oh, look, it's like me.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it's like the female plant version of me. So, Rosaria, the Stately Fallen Angel, is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 level 8 monster. I literally almost never play with my plant deck, and I've already forgotten everyone's levels. But this is an Earth level 8 monster, 2900, 2400 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 level 7 or higher plant monsters, 1 from your hand and 1 from your graveyard. Kind of like Guardian Chimera. It's like you have to do 1 from this place and 1 from that place. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of all other face-up cards currently on the field until the end of this turn. This is a phenomenal effect, in my opinion, because if you've got a whole bunch of annoying things on the field, or perhaps you have something like, I don't know, Swords of Revealing Light, or, Synchro Zone, preventing you from being able to attack if you do not own any Synchro monsters, oh shoot, then this card can just negate all the effects of all cards on the field, and then you can attack with non-synchro type monsters. But of course it says all other face-up cards, not all other cards your opponent currently controls, which means if I, for example, am on the field and she is on the field and she activates the effect, then I would have no effects at all, which I would not want. So it's kind of up to you. It's kind of like if this is the only thing you want on your side of the field after your field's been wiped or something, or it's like a going second card and this is your first thing you do and you just like foolish burial a plant monster to the graveyard, and they can do 1 from your hand and 1 from your graveyard, and then get her out and negate everything your opponent just did on their first turn. I think it's a phenomenal going second card.
You know, it is a good card. One thing I'll say, though, about some of these, because I don't know what's in here, I'm trying to wrap my brain around, like, is Goyo Guardian and Goyo King, those are Earths, aren't they? I think they're Earths.
The Earths? Although they did not make this list.
Well, then this is a terrible list.
But we can always swap it out. If there's a card that you... Okay, here we go. First off, let me say one thing about that, and then we'll spiral onto that. The only other thing with this card, though, is it's 2,900 attack, which... I'm like, why couldn't it just be 3,000? Like, can't you be a 3,000 beat stick that can negate all the field, all the effects on the field? Why can't you just be a 3,000 beat stick? Why are you 2,900? Anyway, I felt like that should have been 3,000. But no, our Helping Hands does not know. Ooh, this is number 9. And so our Helping Hands does not know the top 10 cards I put on this list. And again, it's like my personal top 10, what I think are the best. But also, I totally forgot it was Earth Day until I woke up this morning and went, oh my gosh, it's Earth Day, I should do an Earth video, and I just kind of scrambled my insect and plant boxes out and chose my top 10 Earth monsters, and I did not actually have enough time to fully sort this pile. So perhaps if we have one that gets on this list and you're like, oh, nope, veto, we can bring in Goyo King to replace it. But anyway, number 9 is Gigaplant! Gigaplant is a phenomenal Earth monster. It is a level 6 plant Gemini monster, which I don't even think we've covered at all yet. Effect monster, 2,400, 1,200. This card is treated as a normal monster whilst face up on the field or in the graveyard. Whilst this card is a normal monster on the field, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster with this effect. Once per turn, you can special summon one insect or plant monster from your hand or graveyard. This is a phenomenal effect because you can just special summon an insect or plant monster from your hand or graveyard. And these days, in a lot of the newer insect cards that are coming out, there's this whole, like, insects and plants all, like, working together. So, to be able to summon an insect or plant monster from your hand or graveyard, highly helpful and beneficial to get your insect and plant combos going. Yes, it is a Gemini monster, so you need to normal summon the monster, and then you need to normal summon the monster again in order to start having this effect be possible, but... if you think about it, there is the Fairy Gate card. Oh, it's the Circle of the Fairies. There we go. The Circle of the Fairies is a level 7 wind. Elsewise, this would have the Circle of the Fairies obviously would have made this list today. But it is a wind, not an earth. Whatever. It'll be on the wind list for sure. But if you think about it, if you can synchro summon the Circle of the Fairies with your normal summon and then your special summon, you can then have the Circle of the Fairies on the field, and once per turn, you can normal summon one additional insect or plant monster. So you can then normal summon him on your next turn, and then you can instantly normal summon him again to activate the effect. And then you can special summon another insect or plant monster. So it really kind of all works out in the end. Next card. Number 8 is... Samurai Destroyer. Earth, level 7, machine, synchro effect monster. 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner monsters. 2,600, 1,400. If this card battles an opponent's monster, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Also, that opponent's monster has its effects negated during the battle phase only. If this card is in its owner's control, leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can target one machine monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So the reason why, in my opinion, this card is very good is because if there's a lot of cannot be destroyed by battle cards and you cannot get around them, and it's very, very annoying, when this card attacks during the battle phase, that monster loses all of its effects. And then it can no longer not be destroyed by battle, and then you can just destroy by battle. So, very good card there. Number 7! Deus Ex Crawler.
That's a good card.
I will breeze through this card because we covered it in our first discussion video. But Deus Ex Crawler's effect is... Do you want to try to read it all in one breath?
Yeah, sure.
Did you do that? Yes. Try to read it all in one breath. The longest card effect I own. Here we go.
When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets his face-down monster quick effect, you can change this card to face-down defense position and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. After this card was flipped face-up while this card is in the monster zone, negate all monster effects activated by your opponent's field. If this card is field destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add from your deck to your hand one level 9 or lower monster with different original type and attribute than this card. You can only use the effects of Deus Ex Crawler once per turn.
Oh my God, Angelings! That was phenomenally fantastic and excellent! I am so adding that clip of you doing that in the challenge video. Oh, no, that's where we are right now. We're in the challenge video right now as well. Oh, this is so amazing. All right, that was fantastic. But anyway, so this is Deus Ex Crawler. And basically, whilst he's face down, if you have something like Baton de Fleur, which is now banned. I'm so sorry. If you have Baton de Fleur, for example, and you target it to destroy it, it will flip face up, then quick effect, and negate and destroy that card. Unless you're Baron de Fleur, in which case Baron can negate you trying to negate you. But when he's also flipped face up, he negates the effects of everyone on the field. Not sure quite what would happen there, which is why we covered it in another discussion video. Check the channel below. Or check the description below. I will put the link in there. But yes, very, very excellent card for when you sacrifice 2 monsters to put something face down. It really scares your opponent. Your opponent's like, oh my goodness, he sacrificed 2 of his monsters to put a card face down. It must be so powerful, I must destroy it with a card effect. And then they fall into the trap. Next card, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 6 is True King Lithozium, the Disaster. I don't know how to pronounce some of these, forgive me. Earth level, I think it's a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, level 9, 2500, 2300. If this card is in your hand, you can destroy 2 other monsters in your hand and or face up on the field, including an Earth monster. And if you do, special summon this card. And if you do that, and both monsters you destroyed were Earth, you can also look at your opponent's extra deck and banish up to 3 monsters from it with different names. If this card is destroyed by card effect, you can special summon one non-Earth worm monster from your graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. So what makes this card so fantastic in my opinion is if you're running an entirely Earth deck, first off, very easy to summon, and second off, if you do the effect where both of the monsters that you destroyed were Earth, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish up to 3 monsters with different names from it. So you can take out the top 3 of the most strongest extra deck monsters, and if you draw this, and a whole bunch of Earth monsters in your hand, you can just this be your opening move, and for the opening move you take out the top 3 most powerful monsters, which I think is very powerful.
Well, you can't take out my top 3 most powerful extra deck monsters because they're all banned.
Yes, and his top 3 are Baton de Fleur, Fibraxis, and pretty fun Anaconda?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Anaconda. Number 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yes, number 5 is Metamorph-sized Insect Queen. I love this card. So let me kind of jump in here to kind of give the audience some context here. It's fantastic and phenomenal that today is Earth Day and that I'm doing my top 10 best Earth monsters, in my opinion, on Earth Day because I have gone through 6 different decks in my career of being a duelist. I started out with this really weird Red Eyes / Toon monster combo deck that just kind of revolved around throwing all dragon monsters in the graveyard and then summoning Red Eyes Darkness Dragon at the very end to just annihilate the player with 1 attack. But that's when I was a teenager. Many years ago, right when the game was first coming out. So all these years later, I've done Red Eyes and Toon, and then I did the Insect deck, which is my 3rd best deck right now, and I've done Dark Magician, and I've done the Egyptian Gods, and a whole bunch of others. But one of my top 3 best decks is my insect deck. And a lot of my insect deck revolves around the Queen. So this is Metamorphosized Insect Queen, Earth, level 7, 28, 2400. Cannot be normal summoned to set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. If another insect monster is on the field, your opponent cannot target insect monsters you control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked, you contribute 1 monster. This card can attack an opponent's monster again in a row. Once per turn during the end phase, you can special summon an insect monster token, Insect Earth level 1, attack 100, defense 100. Why this card is so good is because so long as you control another insect monster, all of your monsters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And she gets you a token out of every end of every turn. So if you want to build an insect deck, she's the absolute greatest starting card to start your deck with, and then see where your deck kind of structures itself from there.
This is 4.
This is number 4. All right, number 4 is one of our Helping Hands' favorite cards in the game. Care to take a guess?
Well, there's only a few Earths that would even be on this list, so my first guess, which would be the best non-extra deck Earth monster in the game, in my opinion, is probably Alpha.
Alpha, the Master of Beasts. Earth, level 8, Beast Monster, 3000, 2500 defense. Cannot be normal summon to set. Must be special summon from your hand, whilst the total attack of all monsters your opponent controls is more than that of all monsters you control. You can target any number of beast warrior, and or winged beast monsters you control, return them to the hand. Ah! Then return face-up monsters your opponent controls to the hand. Oh, that's when I was supposed to go. Rah! Equal to the number of cards returned to the hand. Also for the rest of the turn, Alpha, Master of Beasts, you control, cannot attack directly. You can only use each effect once per turn.
So if I may...
why is this card number 4 on my list?
It's number 4 on your list because you can special summon this card incredibly easy. Going second, you can just do it pretty much no matter what, as long as there's a face-up on the field, and people only do face-up monsters, and a lot of times they have a lot of face-up monsters in one turn. So if you have 2 of these, you can easily summon 2, and you can special summon them a second time. You can target yourself to go back to the hand, and then if there's still more attack, you can bring them back. You can't do the effect again, but you can special summon him again. And it's a non-targeting effect. You target your monsters.
Baby.
You don't target theirs. You target your monsters to send them back to the hand, then return monsters to the hand. So it's an easy way to get their extra deck beast, badass, boss monsters back to the extra deck with basically no cost, and then potentially being able to special summon them again. It's an 8, which means you can make pretty much any tuner you want to with it. Any 10s, Baron back in the day, 11 with Psychic and Punisher. You can even cheat out.
Lots of rank 8 monsters.
Lots of rank 8 monsters. Like, some of the best rank monsters in the game are rank 8 monsters. I mean, this is just a multi-utilizable card with a awesome effect.
I mean, we've got number 1 Infection Buzz King you can get with him. You can get Orchist with him. You can get Zombie Vampire with him. Lots and lots and lots of rank 8s. But let me get something straight here. You mean I, the first Darklord, who my opponent cannot target fairy monsters I control with card effects, is not protected from the effect of Alpha Master Beast?
Yeah, it's not protected.
Yes, quite very annoying whenever I duel him, and he does that to me, and I have to resummon myself. Perhaps when I resummon myself next time, I will do it using Darklord Morningstar as material and destroy you. Okay, next card. Number 3.
I wonder if any other cards of mine are going to make this list.
No, but honestly, we should grab Goyo King as the honorable mention for the video, and I think Goyo King should have overridden on number 10, because like on number 10 is like good, but it was not like the best, you know?
Question, because I don't have this card in my deck currently, but I used to, and if this one's an Earth, then it would be an unstoppable card that would have to be on this list, but I forget if it's an Earth or not.
What is it?
Is Bagooski an Earth?
Oh, yes, you're right. We will have some honorable mentions here at the end of the video. But before we get there, number 3, we have Ultimate Great Insect. Earth, level 9, Insect Fusion Effect Monster. What a fantastic card! Its fusion requirements are 1 level 8 insect monster and 1 level 7 insect monster. The idea is that it's supposed to be the Great Moth and Insect Queen, creates a weird looking combination of the two monsters. But however, you do not need 1 level 8 insect monster and 1 level 7 insect monster and fuse them together to make this. You can do it that way, but you don't have to, because this also says you can special summon. No, excuse me, let me say it again. You can only special summon Ultimate Great Insect once per turn. Must first either be fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by attributing 1 insect monster with 2,000 or more defense equipped with an equip card. This is so great because, hold on, where is it? Where is it? I'm looking for the card that I have on here. I did it on purpose for the video and it's not here. Where's the card? Oh, there it is. Yes. This card right here, Parasite Paranoid. So you can do this combo with, Ultimate Cocoon of Ultra Evolution or whatever. And so you use Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. You first use Parasite Paranoid and you equip it to an opponent's monster from your hand. It turns your opponent's monster into an insect monster. Then you activate the quick play spell card Cocoon of Ultra Evolution, which allows you to tribute 1 insect monster from the field to summon absolutely anything out of your deck. You get rid of the most powerful boss monster to bring out one of your own. A very fancy combo there. But anyway, the point is, there's a lot of insect monsters in the deck that when you use the card United We Stand, which just gives the card you equip with that monster with, United We Stand, it gains 800 attack and defense per all monsters you control on your side of the field. So if you control 3 monsters, then you get like 800 times 3. But if you even just have the 1 monster and you give it 800 attack and defense, a lot of level 4 lower monsters that are insects that you can just summon, like you can just summon the insect, equip it with the card, tribute it off to flush out the Ultimate Great Insect. So it's a phenomenal, very easy card to just get out. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Very helpful. A 3,000 beat stick that cannot be destroyed by battle. Very, very excellent effect. And then once per turn, during the battle phase, if a face-up card is in the field zone, quick effect, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So, if you have something like B-Trooper Formation, which greatly helps all insect monsters, and you have that as a field spell, then you can just destroy all your opponent's cards. I mean, all your opponent's monsters, rather. But anyway, phenomenal card there. Number 2. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna banish 3 insect and no plant monsters from my hand and your graveyard to special summon.
You know, I know all of your really good insect cards, but you haven't used it in so long. Like, I remember the 4. I'm going to assume that I'm not trying to... Maybe I should be quiet and not say anything.
I don't know. Anyway, this is Beergram, the Shelled Emperor of the Forest Crown. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this little... Anyway, so this is Beergram. He is a Earth level 9 insect effect monster, 3,400 attack, very high attack for an effect monster, 2,800 defense. Cannot be normal summoned to set. Must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by banishing 3 insect and or plant monsters from your hand and or graveyard. So, a very weird but easy card to get out. If he dies and he's in the graveyard, you can just banish some insects or plants and bring him back out, and he just keeps reviving himself, and you just need to fuel your graveyard basically with insects to just use as fodder to get him out. So he's very ridiculously easy to summon. Can only special summon Beergram once per turn. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to your spell, trap card, or effect activation. Do you have any idea in today's modern meta how incredibly powerful that is? Because the majority of everyone's effects these days are all monster effects, and a lot of things like, Warlord Savage Dragon and Baron and all these things that are monster effects that can negate things. So long as he's on the field, I can just activate any spell or trap card I want, and your monsters cannot respond to negate them. So that's a phenomenal effect right there. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can destroy all face-up monsters on the field except insect and plant monsters. Also, this card cannot attack directly for the rest of the turn. So, if you are doing this new, like, combo deck that a lot of people are building with a lot of these new insect and plant like combo cards, and you just only have insect and or plant monsters in your deck, then all of your monsters are safe and all of their monsters are destroyed. And who cares if you can't attack directly with him, because just attack with all of your other monsters. It's really quite an amazing ultimate boss monster card for some decks.
Can I guess this last one?
You can guess the last one. Okay. All right. And now we will take these 4 cards to activate B Trooper Formation! Or no, B Trooper Landing, excuse me. B Trooper Landing to summon Ultra B Trooper Absolute Hercules. I have found my way. I have gone the distance. I have summoned this card. It's fearless, proud, and strong. That was great. Anyway, Ultra B-Trooper Absolute Hercules is an Earth level... Is it a 10? I forgot it already. I haven't used it in so long. No, it's an 11. I know it's an 11. It's Earth level 11 monster, insect fusion effect monster. Just needs 4 insect monsters. I want to note it that it needs 4 insect monsters. So this means that if you have DNA surgery on the field, you can declare insects. Oh, and then can you use Super Poly? It's 3 high, and you can use any number.
I guess DNA surgery is on the field.
If DNA surgery is on the field, you declare insects. You play Super Volley. You take out 4 of the top monsters on the field, and then you summon this guy out, and then you've got a 4,000 on the field, and the field is completely cleared away. Because hopefully, if they have 4 less monsters, just use some of your own and some of theirs.
For an archetype that hasn't been relevant since 2002.
Anyway, but if you have DNA surgery and Super Poly, and there's a whole bunch of monsters on the field, you can just use that to flush him out. 4,000. After this card is fusion summoned, which means it can still be solemned, but after that window, after this card is fusion summoned successfully, it is unaffected by all other card effects until the end of your next turn. So once I summon it, it's invincible this turn, and it's invincible your opponent's turn. And then when it's like draw phase, standby phase on my next turn, then it's no longer invincible. But to have a 2-turn 4,000 invincible card can make the game for you. At the end of the battle phase, you can target 1 insect monster with 3,000 or less attack in your graveyard and special summon it. Only use the effect once per turn. So this is a phenomenal effect because the Insect Queen, the ultimate version of her requirement is you can only special summon her via a card effect. And she is under 3,000 attack. And if your queen has died, you can just special summon her and bring her back. You can also bring back Battle Wasp Armageddon, the level 12 monster with 3,000 attack. So there's lots and lots and lots of insects that you can bring back from the graveyard, and you just keep multiplying all your insect monsters. You can bring back that, bring back that.
I haven't
insect bee armor right here.
This one in a while, but I swear it was these 2 that was the combination that was just brutal.
Yes.
It was just like they kept
Let me explain why
colors.
this 2-card combo, it's actually 3 with Ultimate Great Insect, but
yeah.
This combo is the most powerful, one of the most powerful board building combos in the game. This 3 combo right here. Watch. I'm gonna go these 2 and this. So the Insect Queen makes it to be to where all of your insect monsters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Then this monster cannot be destroyed by battle. And this monster keeps reviving your cards once per turn. So if you have this 3-card combo, which is possible to get out on one turn, by the way. Oh, where am I? Here am I. So if you can get this 3-card combo out in one turn, it's unstoppable because you have a cannot be targeted or destroyed by battle or card effects ultimate grade insect. So you have this amazingly invincible monster, and all the rest of your monsters are all very strongly protected, and you just keep reviving all your insect monsters and keep building your army. So it makes the ultimate great insect truly the ultimate great insect. So this 3-card combo, I highly recommend if you are ever attempting to build and construct your very own insect deck.
Hey guys, what'd I miss?
Ah, run! Everybody go away! But anyway, yes, some honorable mentions before we end the video. Yes, there is this card, which is the Charmer, but why would I include those? Because every single element video, fire, earth, wind, water, I'm always going to include the Charmer, so why mention them? They're in all archetypes, pretty much. Elements. But yes, we also have Go-Yo King. That's a great one. Hallowed by Braxis. No, that's a water monster, you said. What was the one you said? Not
Maxi.
No, not Maxi. The other one we were talking about has Braxis. Yes, Baguska is another honorable mention. There's just there. The King Beast King. Like Beast King is good, but King Beast is very, very good.
Pre-errata, I think most people would say that the greatest Earth might be in the game. If we're excluding Maxi, pre-errata, I think most people might say Go-Yo Guardian, just because Go-Yo Guardian was so easy to get out pre-errata.
Oh, Go-Yo Guardian. A lot of people would argue Go-Yo Guardian by himself, and yes, you're right, pre-errata was just like, it was just one tuna, one non-tuna. What is he, a 7?
6.
A 6. Yeah, just a tuna, non-tuna, 6, and you can just steal all your opponent's bosses from the graveyard. It's just very, very, it was very, very kind of an unstoppable.
Go-Yo King is obviously a way better effect, but it's hard to summon. It's like a tuner synchro monster plus a non-tuner monster or something. You can flash it on the screen if you want this, and then you'll see what it is. But it's great effect because it non-target. You can steal somebody's monster on the field.
Wait, which card?
Go-Yo King.
Oh, Go-Yo King, yes. Go-Yo King. You can steal the first Darklord even if I'm summoned with greater polymerization.
Yeah, Go-Yo King
Go-Yo King is just
Go-Yo King is a
strong as mess.
Is a non-targeting change of heart that lasts forever.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, again, this is my opinion of the best. Honestly, I think maybe I should call this video my top 10 favorite Earth monsters, because maybe it was more my favorite, but they were all still very good. But anyway, I think I should do more discussion videos of like a top 10 fire, a top 10 water. That'd be really fun to do all of the elements. But since today was Earth Day, I chose to do the Earth one first because I didn't want to miss the summoning window of my video today. But anyway, I intend you all enjoyed my top 10 best Earth monsters video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Remember, the Darklords rule, and happy Earth Day. And remember also, recycling rules.